says we are live. Let's check it out. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Much love to the chat. Those of y'all that's in the building early. Smash the like button as you come on in. I say smash the like button as you come on in. We're going to talk a little boxing in the AM. Share the video and spread the word to the ends of the earth. 78 Sports TV is live, you dig? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let me scroll up and see who we got in the building thus far. Coach 67 Sports TV is in the building. What it do, fam? Gabe Moore is in the building. The Dirt Gang boss. Michael Bay. Salute. Dale Reeve is in the building. Anwar Willis is up in here. Salute to the brother, Nada86, coming through early in the super chat with the 5-piece. Thank you, good brother. He says, salute, General, and salute to the mighty LDBC. Yes, indeed. Appreciate the support. In the AM, Jalen Hudson. My brother Joe Townsend coming through, standing on LDBC business, you dig? California Love up in here. Pablo Escobar. Rick Blackwell. Let me see here. Woke is in the building. Slip the jab. What it do? Let me see here. King Vonnie, 86, is in the building. Stephen L. the Mizak up in here. Manadon 23. Tamir Ali. MJ Total Health and Wellness in Richmond is in the building. What it do, fam? Let me see here. We got K Mac is in the building. David Jackson in the building. Bert from Marketing, what it do? Coach Hutchin is in the building. What it do, Coach? Edwin Morris. Boxing and Barbecue, salute. Craig L. Powerhouse Watson, the homie. Let's see here. Dennis Oliver, salute. DOG215, what's happening with it, fam? Y'all smash that like button, tweet the algorithm. Elbows in the building. Kevin Hill, what it do? Salute to everybody up in here. All right, man. We got a few things to talk about. What's up, D-Man Jr.? What it do, fam? We gotta chop this up, man. Here, man. So unfortunately, Dana White. It's been brought to everybody's attention here that Dana White, who's been brought into the game of boxing by Turkey Al-Sheikh, and Turkey has given Dana his blessings with this TKO league, which is supposed to be a league for prospects or up and coming fighters or something like that. Kind of to build fighters from the ground up or something like that, right? It's supposed to be one of those type of leagues, supposedly. But it's been a lot of talk about them trying to repeal or amend the Ali Act. And Dana White and Turkey have not sat down and talked about what this means for boxing. You know what I'm saying? They haven't said, hey, man, everybody calm down. We're not trying to, screw over the fighters here. We're just trying to, make amendments to it, add to it, or take away one thing or whatever, right? They haven't sat down and explained that, so it leaves it open for speculation. What's up, Macadocious, Mac of the South? It leaves it open for interpretation as to what exactly Dana White and Turkey Al-Sheikh is up to, specifically Dana White. Now, what exactly does this mean? Now, I've heard that Dana White and Turkey want to make amendments to the Ali Act, which will give them the power to create their own belt and have a monopoly. All right. Now, some people say, hey, what's wrong with them having their own belt? Forget these sanctioning bodies, right? Forget the sanctioning bodies and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? The sanctioning bodies been screwing us over, which is true. Sanctioning bodies have been screwing us over. But for us to allow a promotional company, a new entity, to create their own belt and have a monopoly, I'm not for it. And the reason why I'm not for it is because y'all didn't let PBC do it. When it was Al Heyman got sued. When Al Heyman came in with the PBC, what's up, D21519? What it do? When Al Heyman came in with the PBC, he tried to, a lot of people say, oh, he's breaking the Ali Act. He's the manager and promoter, but technically, Al Heyman was not, because he was listed as an advisor, and the PBC uses other promotional companies, like they use Mayweather Promotions, they use TGB and all that kind of stuff as promoters, right? So you can't really, and plus Al Heyman nobody's ever accused Al Heyman of taking advantage of him. Al Heyman, if anything, was helping fighters, and he's still helping a lot of fighters, like Pritchard Colon. Who else helping Pritchard Colon? Most people forgot about him. Paul Williams. Who helping Paul Williams? You know what I'm saying? Al Heyman is out there helping a lot of these fighters. So you can't really use Al Heyman to say like he was taking advantage of the Ali Act or taking advantage of fighters. But you can say this. Y'all didn't let Al Heyman and PBC have a monopoly. When it was rumored, it was just rumored. I never heard Al Heyman or PBC say this, but they were talking about possibly creating a PBC belt. Remember that? Back in the day, a PBC belt, right? Their own league. And that was shut down immediately. Golden Boy sued PBC. Top Rank sued PBC and said that they were forming a monopoly. They had contracts with these networks and stuff like that. And we want to be able to fight too, and we want to get our fighters and all that kind of stuff. So that's what they did, all right? Golden Boy and Top Rank sued PBC for allegedly trying to have a monopoly, all right, on boxing. So that changed the way the PBC had to move on a lot of different things. So if PBC was not allowed to form this monopoly, then I'm not going to watch Dana White come into boxing and then all of a sudden you allowed to do it. Why? If somebody explain to me. Al Heyman got more experience in boxing than you, so why you? What's the difference between Al Heyman and Dana White? Why should you be allowed to have this monopoly? Dana, if I had to trust somebody doing right by the fighters, I would trust Al Heyman because he has a history of doing right by the fighters. Dana White has a history in the UFC of taking advantage of fighters, right? Many of fighters have complained. I mean, even Randy Couture, a legend in MMA and the UFC too. Randy Couture was trying to get the Ali Act to include MMA fighters. That's how desperate the MMA fighters were for some type of protection, because now we'll talk about what the Ali Act means and all that kind of stuff. What's up, Stephen X? What it do, brother? Salute. Y'all smash the like button and share the video. Spread the word to the ends of the earth that 78 Sports TV is live. We're gonna have a conversation out here today. You dig? Now, some of what the Ali Act entails is this. Okay, the Ali Act was an amendment of the 1996 Act about was it boxing? I forgot what it was called. It was some boxing safety, boxer well-being act or something. But the Ali Act was an amendment in the year 2000. Now, what this means is promoters have to give the fighters full financial disclosure. Okay, what that means is everywhere that the promoter is making money, everywhere that this fight is generating money, the fighter has a right to know and see the details of where the money is coming from, where the money's going, right? The fighter has a right to know this, okay? And in prior years, we love to talk about the old times of boxing. That's true. We got a lot of good fights and great fights, and these guys was warriors and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of them passed away broke, right? A lot of them are broke. A lot of them got taken advantage of by these promoters because they didn't know that, hey, man, this fight, I'm getting $5 million. Ooh, yay. But this fight actually generated 10. You see what I'm saying? So why am I splitting my money with the promoter? You know what I'm saying? So they didn't know all these details. So the Ali Act ensures, well, it's supposedly what they're supposed to have to do, that fighters and what promoters have to disclose all of the financial earnings of a fight with the fighter. Okay, it also prevents a conflict of interest. The Ali Act prevents a conflict of interest where a promoter cannot also be a fighter's manager, and because that's a conflict of interest, obviously, and they can take advantage of fighters and they can exploit fighters that way. Okay, making you feel like something is in your best interest. Pretty much enslaving you. You know what I'm saying? So the Ali Act prevents that from happening. All right. It also Ali Act prevents sanctioning bodies from rigging the rankings. Now it's supposed to do that, but the sanctioning bodies still do manipulate rankings, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But it's supposed to prevent sanctioning bodies from rigging the ranking systems and taking payola and jumping up people who don't deserve from rankings. Tell a promoter telling a fighter, hey, if you sign with me, I'll give you a title shot next. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. They're not supposed to be able to do that with the Ali Act because that's what was happening years ago. You know what I mean? That's how they got a lot of fighters to set up fights and rigged fights. And when the mob was running boxing and stuff, it was real crooked. So it was nothing. Oh yeah, hey, look, man, I need you to lose this fight here. You know what I'm saying? Lose this fight, and then I'm gonna get you the rematch. You know what I'm saying? You come back, we're gonna win the rematch, and then you're gonna get a third fight, so you're gonna get 3 paydays. I just need you to lose this first one. All that kind of stuff is supposed to be legal. Another thing, promoters under the Ali Act now, promoters cannot have their own belt, right? They cannot have their own belt. The belts are up to the sanctioning bodies, but a promoter like the PBC couldn't have, even though the PBC was not technically a promotional company, but you get what I'm saying. Top Rank can't have his own belt. TKO with Dana White can't have his own belt under these rules right now. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Can't have his own belt, right? So, this is what Dana White is trying to amend. He's trying to supposedly, now he might be up to more than this, but supposedly, because he boys with Donald Trump, he's going to try to have an amendment made to the Ali Act and use Donald Trump to amend the Ali Act to take away that the line where a promoter cannot have his own belts. They're going to try to isolate and make the sanctioning bodies irrelevant, right? And I don't know if they up to if that's all they up to, then maybe I don't have a problem with it. But I'm not sure that that's all they up to. I think this is a dangerous game that is being played here. Now, this is how, in my opinion, what's wrong with boxing and how you make sure the Ali Act stays intact and how you make sure the Ali Act, the rules of the Ali Act are being implemented rightfully, is you have to have a national boxing commission. It is disgraceful. It is absolutely disgraceful that a country like America does not have a national boxing commission. The UK got the British Board of Boxing and all that. Why doesn't America, this country, have a national boxing commission? Why? When you leave it up to the states, the New York State Athletic Commission, the Las Vegas Commission, the California, it's ridiculous because now they all have different rules and it can still be manipulated and corrupted. You see what I'm saying? You can corrupt each state. So, for instance, if New York State suspends you, right? If you cheat in New York State and they suspend you, you shouldn't be able to fight nowhere in America. You shouldn't be able to fight nowhere in America, right? If you pop dirty for a banned substance in California, you shouldn't be able to move your fight to Texas and still be able to make money. That is disgusting, and that's what Eddie Herndon was doing with all his fighters to keep popping dirty. Like when Chavez, when Eddie Hearn had Chavez Jr. for a minute, and Chavez Jr. had popped dirty, I think in California, or something like that. Eddie Hearn moved the fight to Texas. There's no punishment. And this is why you need a National Boxing Commission of America, because if you do that, it's easier to hold people accountable. It's easier to see where the corruption is coming from. See what I'm saying? Let me see here. What's up, Jafari Caesar with the 2-piece in the super chat? Appreciate the love, fam. Says, when Karate Kev, the 5th kick coming out. Man, I gotta get my money right, bro. I was gonna do it, man, but then I had some financial difficulties dealing with the IRS, and it set me back. You know what I'm saying? It took away all my depleted all my resources. So now I gotta, you know what I'm saying, get back on the grind. You know how it go. So now, what's up, Mo 2013? Exactly, Coach Hudson. He said because the crooked state organizations that do not want to let their power go. That's right. What's up, Steph Brown? Salute. Smash that like button, y'all. We need over 160 likes in the building. Over 160 likes in the building. That's what we need up in here. So, with that being said, what's up, Macondo? He said they don't have a U.S. Boxing Commission or a commissioner because they don't want the cheating exposed. And these are facts. These are facts. And that's why I'm looking at it. That's why I'm saying. It looks sketchy to me. The whole thing looks sketchy. It looks shaky. And until boxing gets serious, now, because boxing is so corrupt and being corrupt for so long, and these sanctioning bodies have been taking advantage of the rules and manipulating and playing all these games and taking payola and being unfair. Because all this stuff has been going on, this is why boxing has always been appealing to the criminal underworld. Boxing has always been appealing to the criminal underworld. The mob and other people look at boxing like it's a lick. Oh, this is a sweet lick, man. We come up in here, because listen. Show me a place where I can slide somebody an envelope. If I can slide somebody an envelope behind the scenes, undercover, and I can get my way, hey, that's a business I might be into. You know what I'm saying? That's a business I might be into, because, you know, you can slide your way in. You know, you can pay. Hey, take this money here. You could bribe this one and that one. Man, come on. That's a business made for criminals. Shout out to my brother African Thor coming through heavy in the super chat with the 100 piece. Much love and much appreciation, brother. Double Giannis. He says, salute. You already know. He says, LeGoat MJ took steroids in 1990 because he was too soft for the Pistons. That's why his hair fell out. He came back, but in the 90s, he says, trust me, I know the 90s, baby. He said, I know I'm a 90s baby and Abel, the smartest man in the LWC besides me when it comes to basketball. This is absolutely disgusting. I'm going to let you get away with it because you dropped the hundo. The only reason you get away with this is because you dropped the hundo. If you had dropped $2, I'd kick you out of here. So get out of here, man. Talking this blasphemy. Blasphemy. Absolute blasphemy. I appreciate it, brother. Came through strong with the support. I definitely appreciate it, brother. Definitely appreciate it. My brother, African Thor. Let me see here. We got, what's up, Sister Shawa? I see you in here. Shout out to everybody I might have missed when I was reading this stuff. Let me see here. My brother, Abdullah Hassan Pratt, MD. What it do, my brother? The good doctor is in the building with the 20-piece chicken nugget. Salute, brother Pratt. He says, I truly don't see how U.S. Department of Health or something isn't more involved in protecting fighters, banned substances, or head injuries. He says, Congress was thirsty to check NFL. He says, salute, General, in the LWC. Absolute facts, brother. They was also thirsty to have all these hearings about steroids in baseball. You know what I'm saying? and making a fool out of the sport of baseball. Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa, and they still coming down on Barry Bonds. And he never even got caught doing nothing. But they just we still gonna hold him accountable because we think he was doing something. And that's totally absurd, man. They doing all this stuff over somebody hitting the ball with a bat. But somebody taking this stuff and punching somebody in the face or kicking somebody, they don't got nothing, no smoke for it. None. No smoke for it, fam. Disgraceful. Salute to the brother, though. David Jackson is in the super chat with that 5-piece. Much love and much appreciation, good brother. He says, all these sports rigged. You can pass an envelope in all of them. You got the NBA players getting caught on FanDuel. Hey, man, listen, when they put, I agree with you on that. When they, especially basketball, man, they got so much, man, them referees, man, bruh. The referees are absolutely disgusting in the NBA. Absolutely disgusting, man. I've seen some horrendous calls get made in the NBA. I've seen people get technical fouls for nothing. I've seen them all of a sudden this year start calling all these fouls at the end of the last second shot. They calling fouls. Like, what are y'all doing? What is y'all doing? Fouls at the end of the game. You see that little ridiculous call they put on Luka. Luka was talking to a fan. They gave him a technical foul because some referee got his emotions. It's ridiculous, man. Let me see here. Mahari Nation Sports Podcast in the super chat with the 5-piece. What it do, young Abel? Appreciate the love. He says, thank you, African Thor. 78 knows I'm right. He can't admit it because he eats endless ballparks. We'll need a cure for the chronic illness of MJ. Man, get up out of here. Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player that ever existed. That ever played in the NBA, I should say. We don't know who did what, but the greatest basketball player that ever played in the NBA, Michael Jordan. Don't matter. Say 78. You with the LDBC? What? Don't matter. Did y'all block him or is he still here? Don't matter. What do you mean? Is 78? You with that LDBC? What does that mean? Do you know what the LDBC is? Don't matter. Or you just asking? You don't know what that? You know what that means? I created the LDBC, brother. Yeah, I created the LDBC. LDBC is my baby. The Lions Den boxing community, Lions Den basketball community, the Lions Den broadcasting community. That's what the LDBC means. Anybody telling you anything different is an idiot and they're a liar. Okay? There's a whole lot of people out here that got something against the LDBC based off of something they heard on somebody else's channel, and they never even talked to me or they ain't talked to nobody. They just got an issue with the LDBC because, oh man, this one guy said that y'all, man, shut up. Don't talk to me about what somebody said about. It's ridiculous, man. Can't stand with somebody repeating, regurgitating what they heard from somebody else. And they ain't never talked to me. Let me see here. David Jackson back in that super chat with the 5-piece. Appreciate the love, family. Says OKC was 9 against the Lakers. So -9 against the Lakers. The game was close. So they tossed Luka with the tech. Then rescinded the tech the next day. Yeah, that's how you know it's BS. The fact that they rescinded the tech the next day. Felix Nunez is in the super chat with the 2-piece. Appreciate the love. He says, are the Bucks better without Dame, bro? Seems better. Are the Bucks better without? That's a hard thing to say. I think that I would like personally. Dame can explode in the game and just go off, right? But I think that the Bucks have a faster pace without Dame Dollars. We play a faster pace without Dame Dollars. Dame is older and he plays a slow game, a slow, methodical game, and I can't stand it. It's irritating. You know what I'm saying? We need to. I like get guys like Kevin Porter Jr., guys like Ryan Rollins. They're younger, they're in their 20s, and they push the pace. These guys are in their early 20s, and they run up and down the court. You know what I'm saying? They're more active, and that's more of a suit. That style is more suited for Giannis. You know what I'm saying? For Giannis to catch lobs and stuff like that and run up and down the court with them young guys, it's just better. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Dame is still a good player. He just play a slow, lazy style, man. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Sister Shaquilla Fields in the building? All right, y'all. Let's get to the. So anyway, that's how I feel about the Ali Act. What's up, Prince Hakeem? Chop shot, what it do? What's up, my brother Drew Titan LLC in the building? Man, the Master Musa, salute. Smash that like button, y'all. This is how I feel about the Ali Act, man. I just feel like the Ali Act is made to protect the boxers from the crooked scamming that goes on in the sport of boxing, from the mob, from the criminal underworld and things of that nature. People who would take advantage and manipulate these fighters and get them locked into slave contracts and get them locked into slave contracts and having them doing stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? Having them, out here, like how they did Henry Armstrong and man, y'all should go look at people quote. They say, "Oh, Sugar Ray Robinson, Henry Armstrong." We love talking about these guys and their historical value and what they meant to the sport of boxing. But you should go and read up on them and look at their life story. Look at the contracts they was under. Look at the stuff they did to Joe Louis, bro. Henry Armstrong had to fight fixed fights and stuff like that. So that's why you can't even judge these guys by their losses, because you don't know how many of those losses were legit and how many of them was rigged, because it's on the record that they used to have to throw fights and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Especially to them pink folks. They had to throw fights to the pink people sometimes. And look at Joe Louis. In order for Joe Louis to get a title shot, Joe Louis had to give, I forgot who it was. What's that fighter's name? Somebody in the chat know. I forgot. I'm having a brain fart. He had to give the fighter, this pink fighter, he had to give him a percentage of his purse for the rest of his career, man. Sickening. Absolute sickening, bro. Sickening. So this is the type of stuff. Schultz, okay. No, that wasn't Matt Schmeling. It wasn't Matt Schmeling, I don't think. You said James Braddock? I think it was Schultz, man. But was it Matt Schmeling? I'm not sure. I'll look it up. But y'all, we'll figure it out. But either way, that's what the Ali Act, you know what I'm saying, in 2000 has stopped a lot of this type of corruption from happening. Not all of it. It's still corruption in boxing. Boxing's still very corrupt. But and the reason why it's still so corrupt is because we don't have a national boxing commission. This is the United States of America. This we should have a national boxing commission. Okay? We should. And if you want to get rid of the sanctioning bodies, I know it's going to be hard to get rid of. But if you want to get rid of sanctioning bodies, give all of the heads of the sanctioning bodies a role on the National Boxing Commission to pacify them if you want to do that. Okay? But it has to be some type of checks and balances going on here. It got to be some checks and balances, man. But anyway, y'all smash the like button, share the video. Share the video, ladies and gents. All right. Let's move on. Jake Paul comes out, and Jake Paul has come out and said that he's admitted that he was supposed to fight Gervonta Tank Davis after Tank Davis fought Lamont Roach, but Tank was supposed to knock out Lamont Roach. And Jake Paul is saying, look, man, the fight got, postponed for me and Tank. The fight got postponed. But so once Tank goes out and he beats Lamont Roach in the rematch, then me and Tank can fight. Now, I told y'all this after the fight. Blue Blood told y'all this as well. All right, there was rumors out here that Tank was going to fight Jake Paul. Okay, and a lot of Tank fans came on my page calling me all kind of liars. saying that I'm just a Tank hater. Dude, you always come on here every day making up lies about Tank. Tank ain't fighting no Jake Paul. Tank gonna fight a real fight. He fighting Shakur. He fighting Lomachenko. He fighting Keyshawn Davis. All I said, bro, nothing in Tank's resume will suggest that he gonna fight any of these guys. Tank is a WWE type of guy. He's not a traditional boxer like that. The way y'all thinking, y'all hyping this dude up, but he already told you he's about the money. So I'll put up with it. I'll let y'all tell me that Tank that I'm a hater and Tank ain't fighting no Jake Paul. Now Jake Paul came out and told you he finna fight Tank. So now what that mean? Everything I said about this chump is absolutely facts. Right? Y'all had a fit when we wanted Tank to fight Devin Haney. Y'all sit here, came on this internet, cried, talking about Devin Haney rehydrate to 168. He's huge and trying to pick on little Tank. And then now all of a sudden, Tank is going 135 pounder who's so little and puny is going to fight a 200-pound Jake Paul. Y'all cool with that? I just need Tank fans to show up now. I just need y'all to show up in my comments today and tell me that you're cool with Tank fighting Jake Paul. Just come on and come tell me. Because I know what y'all going to do. Y'all going to co-sign it. Like I predicted. I said, look, bro, it don't matter if Tank fight Jake Paul. His fans ain't going to turn on him. All they going to do is they're going to justify it by saying, oh, man, Tank finna get $100 million. Tank finna get this much money. Hey, man, anybody would take that money, and he got to do what he got to do to get the money. That's what they're going to do, bro. Tank is a scammer, con artist. The dude is not who y'all think he is. And Lamont Roach already just exposed it. David Jackson in the super chat with the two-piece, much love and much appreciation, bro. He says, as a Tank fan, I'm embarrassed. He says, may not be a fan. Amen. Amen. I tried to tell y'all. Look at this. Rumors and propaganda. Boxing barbecue. Bro, you got to be trolling. So now Jake Paul is lying on himself. So we heard this after the fight. But now you telling me Jake Paul is lying when he say that him and Tank was supposed to fight, and they're going to fight if Tank beat Lamont Roach. So now Jake Paul lying. See? This is the beauty of Tank Davis, the power he got. His fans are in such denial. This is some next level. This is. Let me get my picture up here. I gotta get my picture up here. I know what this is. I'm gonna show you what this really is. This is some next level glazing right here. That's what this is. This is unbelievable glaze. So Jake Paul is lying on himself. Tank fans, instead of just admitting the truth, hey man, you know what, man, Tank tripping right now. Man, he needs to be fighting X, Y, and Z. Y'all don't want to admit that the man is making a mistake or doing some sucker behavior, so y'all will cry. Y'all will go down with the ship, bro. I'm telling you, I told y'all. Everything I told y'all after the fight is coming true. Everything I just told y'all. Non-stop. So Boxing Barbecue says rumors and propaganda. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna believe it until the fight till they have a press conference. And even then all he gonna do is make an excuse. Look at this guy. Like the brother said a few weeks ago, you attacking me because I'm black. Jake Paul is the devil, and you can't believe the arch deceiver. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. So put it on the record, y'all. Boxing and Barbecue says Jake Paul is lying. He was never supposed to fight Tank. So put it on the record for Boxing and Barbecue. So when it comes back out again from Tank's side of things that he fighting Jake Paul, remember who Boxing and Barbecue is. Don't let him wiggle his way out of it. Let me ask you a question, Boxing and Barbecue. Let me ask you a question. If Tank comes out and says, yeah, he co-signs what Jake Paul said, then what? Then what? If Tank come out and co-sign, then what? Boxing and barbecue. You still gonna start support it, right? So I don't even know what you're going through all this for. All you're gonna do is just move the goalpost. This man won't accept the truth in his face. Won't accept it. What's up, Nick J? What it do? She say Tank of Maniacs tried to lie and say Tank was supposed to call out Keyshawn. Yeah, I knew that was cap. Super duper cap. Tank told y'all after the fight the person was in his dressing room. Exactly. They have no shame about gawking for the man. They don't. They don't. They don't care. They have no idea. Let me see here. Let me see here. Yeah, these people went mad. They done went crazy. Boston Barbecue say if he co-sign, I'm gonna say that's a BS fight. I want Jake Paul out of here. So see you. What you're doing is you giving Tank every single benefit of the doubt. The man said, like Nick J said, he said the person he was gonna fight was in his locker room. Jake Paul was in his locker room, but we're gonna pretend like he wasn't. The truth is too hurtful. The truth is too painful. Boy, this is amazing here. I'm glad this is on public display. I am True Main is in the super chat with the 5-piece. Much love and much appreciation. Family says, if I was rumored and if it was rumors and propaganda, okay, cool. But Tank started it after the Roach fight. The F wrong with y'all. He says, so Tank is lying on himself. Man, you can't tell him nothing. Can't tell him nothing, I am True Man. They all get together and they meet up on certain channels and they just lie to each other all day. That's all it is. They lie to each other. Like a bunch of poor kids after Christmas break, you come back to school, what you get? Oh, my daddy had took us to Hawaii. Your daddy? I thought your daddy was locked up. No, he got out. Yeah, he took us to Hawaii. And what else you get? Oh man, I got Mike Tyson Punch Out, and I got Kung Fu, and I got Mario Brothers 5. Mario Brothers 5? Mario Brothers 4 didn't even come out yet. How you got 5? Man, my daddy got from Hawaii. Yeah, he got from Hawaii. Oh dang, man. I'm gonna come out your house and play Mario Brothers 5. Yeah, man, it's good too. These are the lies. Everybody just get together and just tell fibs. Like a bunch of dudes in the county jail. Man, what you locked up for, bro? Man, feds came, kicked in the door, man. Baby mama house, man. Caught me counting my money, man. They took like $4 million from me, dog. Yeah, it took like $4 million, man. The crazy part, they took all my money and they only reported to the news that they found 20 G's, man. So they took all the rest of my money, bro. That's crazy. Like, dang, man. $4 million they got from? Yeah, man. It's crazy, dog. Hey, dog, what you in here for? Man, I was out there in Chicago kicking it with R. Kelly. I was down there with R. Kelly and Twister. You know, them my peoples and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm out there with R. Kelly and Twister, man, and we had got pulled over and whatever, man. The police took me because I was holding a pistol. You know, I was doing security for R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? The police pulled us over and they searched me and they caught me with the pistol. You know, and I'm already a felon, so man, but it's all good. Kills got me though. He already told me he's gonna take care of my mom and my baby. You know what I'm saying? Kills already told me he's gonna take care of me, so I'm good. You know what I'm saying? We all good, bro. What you in here for? Man, I was out there racing, man, in my Ferrari. Yeah, me and the homies, man. I had a black Ferrari. My homie had the blue Ferrari, and we was going up and down Capitol, man, just going crazy, man. The police pulled us over, man. We took them on a high speed chase. We was all the way down in Kenosha by the time they caught us. Crazy, bro. Mm-hmm. See, I done heard all y'all lies. I know all about it. I know all about the filthy lies y'all tell. David Jackson in the super chat with the 5-piece. Much love, much appreciation, fam. He says 78. You should have you should have live and documented bets. Okay, against your followers for the fights. Let's see who really believe in that guy. Now I can't do it because they going once I start doing that, they're gonna change the rules and YouTube gonna say something about gambling and all that kind of mess, man. You know how they do. You know how they do. They'll change the game. They will change the game. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. But anyway, Jake Paul and Tank is supposed to be fighting after Lamont Roach, and this is just disgraceful. I'm telling you, man, it's disgraceful. This is further proof that Tank Davis is just not. He don't deserve to be on a pound list. He's just not like that, bro. Yes, he excited fire. Yes, he can punch hard, but he not like that. He don't believe in himself. And we're gonna get to that in a second. K Mack is in the super chat with the 5-piece. Much love and much appreciation, bro. Salute to you. Said cops caught me with 1 million in $5 bills and an AK on me. Says they told the news it only $50 and a water pistol. Nasty work. Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Suge say if Jake Paul hurt Tank, sheesh. Man, look here, man. Boy, do you know what's going to happen to Tank Davis' empire if he end up getting hurt or dropped or something by Jake Paul? Do you know what's going to happen? Unless the fight rigged or something, like Jake Paul finna go in there and just move around with Tank or something like that, and that not really do nothing, just jab. But if Jake Paul come in here and just bulldoze Tank and just rough him up, knocking him down and swinging for the fences, just his sheer weight alone, he gonna be able to push Tank back. If he come in there doing that, bro, and making Tank look foolish, bro, his whole career, everything he's accomplished is done. It's over. It's over. It's over, fam. David Jackson back in the super chat. Appreciate you, bro. He said Lamont said he ain't want for nothing. Was a privileged kid and father in his corner. Why he don't get the same hate as Devin? Because they didn't. Lamont just got here. As far as they know, Lamont just got here. As far as they know, you know what I'm saying. They ain't really know nothing about Lamont Roach's story in the past. But we finna get to that though. We about to get to that, brother. All right. Let's see here. So let's deal with the Lamont Roach situation. Lamont Roach had a interview with Andre Ward, and it was revealing. Lamont Roach, like the brother just said, he talked about how he grew up. He ain't want for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Came from a good family, good household. He said he wasn't no street dude, nothing like that. He said people around him, of course, was, and but he chose boxing. He focused on the sport, which I appreciate. The honesty is refreshing. The honesty, you know what I'm saying? But he also said that Tank Davis don't believe in himself. He said Tank Davis always had that problem since they were kids. He don't believe in himself. I agree with that 120%. And I don't even know Tank. I seen that just on his from the outside looking in. I seen that just on his how he moved. He don't believe in himself. Tank operate off of fear and intimidation. And if you're not afraid of him, if you stand up to him, he do what most bullies do. They back down, right? Or they avoid the confrontation, right? They living off of the thought, Tank knock him out, man. Tank beat him. Tank do this and that. Oh, really? Why don't he just do it then? I don't care what nobody say. Anybody on YouTube can say whatever they want to say. You can glaze Tank all you want to. I'm telling you right now, if a dude have the skill set that Tank got and the power he got, it makes zero sense why he wouldn't take it personal that people think he ducking this one or that one and wouldn't line these dudes up and knock their head off. If fans are showing interest in the fight, wasn't no fans showing interest in Tank versus Lamont Roach? Plenty of fans show interest in you versus Devin Haney. Plenty of fans show interest in you versus Shakur Stevenson. You versus Keyshawn Davis. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna make none of these fights because you gonna pretend like, oh, they ain't done nothing, this and that. But then you choose Hector Garcia, you choose Lamont Roach, and then it backfired. Lamont went in there and whooped on you. So then Lamont Roach also said that Tank Power, it ain't like that. He said that Tank told him in the fight when they was thumping. He said Tank told him, "Man, I thought you hit hard than that." And he's like, "What? Me? I thought you hit hard than that." He said the next round Tank came out swinging for the fences, like really trying to hurt him. And he said that he's like, "Oh man, this is it. If this is it, man, I got him." And I believe Lamont Roach because he fought like Tank Power wasn't hurting him. So, but I do think Tank got power though. I don't think Tank don't have power. I think Tank got power, and I don't think his power overrated. What I think is, I think Lamont Roach has a chin. I think he's a sturdy fighter. He built to last. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he just ain't he ain't no push up. He ain't scared of Tank. But Lamont Roach says he don't. You know what I'm saying? He knows something about Tank. Tank don't believe in himself. Now, you know who else used to have that problem? Mike Tyson. Now, as phenomenal as Mike Tyson is, and was in his prime in the 80s and stuff like that, Mike Tyson had a lot of self-doubt. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times that can happen when you grew up in certain type of ways and stuff like that. And you could be scarred by something in your past or whatever. But Mike Tyson had a lot of self-doubt in the amateurs. That famous footage of him and Teddy Atlas, and Mike Tyson was crying as a kid. I think he was like 14 or something. And he was crying before the fight because he didn't want to let people down. He didn't want to go back to the ghetto and stuff like that. He was afraid of losing. And then when he went out there, and Teddy Atlas gave him a pep talk, and he went out there and fought, and he won in 13 seconds. Knocked the kid out in 13 seconds. You know what I'm saying? But Mike Tyson said later in interviews after he had retired, he said that he was afraid before every fight, afraid of failure. You know what I'm saying? But he would psychologically try to intimidate his opponent. Of course, that's why I'm telling you, Tank doing the same thing. Same thing. And you see what happened to Mike Tyson. And I got love for Mike Tyson, but you see what happened to him when somebody stood up to him. It never ended up any good for Mike. Kenneth Wilkins is in the super chat with the 10-piece. Much love and much appreciation. Thank you, family. Says Tank never believed in himself. Same way he was looking for a way out in the sparring Devin. He says showed against Roach. When it gets lonely in there, he starts folding. Hey, brother. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It was no bigger fan of Mike Tyson on planet Earth than me, I believe. And I'm telling you, I knew everything about Mike. And I'm telling you, this is what he was on. Mike was the same way. Same way. You know what I mean? Let me see here. But yeah, Lamont Roach, it was a very telling interview. He was comfortable and sitting down with Andre Ward and stuff like that. And like the brother was asking, why don't Lamont Roach get the same hate that Haney get for saying it? Because they didn't really know about Lamont Roach. They just now learning about. See, most people just now heard that yesterday. Whoever seen the interview, they just heard that Lamont Roach come from a good family. He ain't from the hood, and he ain't a street dude, and he wasn't out there. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous to me anyway that all these squares are trying to relate to street dudes or trying to adopt that persona. You know what I'm saying? It's real irritating and frustrating to me. Why it's corny to support somebody who's just a good fighter, somebody who got their head on straight. Why he got to have this animalistic background for you to support him, so you can feel like you know what I'm saying? People want to live through these guys. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they want to be like Tank. Tank got the braids. Tank got the tats. The tats. Like, bro, what did y'all dudes talk? Is that a thing? That's what y'all do now? Y'all sweat dudes over tats? Tank got the braids. He got the tats. You know what I'm saying? They want to beat Tank. Main boxers say they out here already trashing Lamont Roach. Oh yeah, I ain't seen it yet. I know they was coming down on Lamont Roach because they know he beat Tank. And now they trying to tell, he out here doing a tour. He doing all these interviews now. So what? He's supposed to. Who else is gonna do it? Tank ain't saying nothing. Tank down, you know what I'm saying? Tank ain't out here promoting the rematch and out here saying nothing. Tank is somewhere hiding. He ashamed. Lamont Roach is out here doing what he's supposed to do, promoting, building his brand. That's what he's supposed to do. Y'all want the man to be quiet, don't say nothing. But Lamont Roach, he did say that he's waiting on the rematch, so I think the rematch is going to happen. Now, listen to the interview. He sounded optimistic about the rematch, so I think it's going to happen. Coach Hudson said, I thought they were against street life a few weeks ago. Now they're for it, confused. Yeah, it's always confusing because they full of it, bro. They're full of it. You know what I'm saying? You let Bill Haney or somebody say something about the streets or something, and these dudes, they get all, you know what I'm saying, panties in the bunch, want to cry and whine about something. But then they want to, at the same time, they want to live through street dudes. I see that a lot on the internet. I'm telling you, bro. It's so many channels out here using the lingo, wearing the street dude starter kits and stuff like that. And then as soon as something happens, they quick to tell you, I ain't no street dude. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, I don't understand. Why are you talking like this? Why you use the terminologies and all this stuff y'all be using that y'all stole from the streets and then try to pretend like whenever the smoke come, oh no, I ain't no street dude. Those lame dudes out here, gang, 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 gang. You know what I'm saying? Gang, gang. What does gang, gang mean if you against gang banging? What do it mean? If you against gang banging, what do gang, gang mean? What does that mean, sucker, lame, square? Y'all dudes get on my nerve with this stuff, man. Y'all always stealing something. Oh, I'm PIMP. Hey, man. P's up, hoes down, man. Hey, man. Hey, then as soon as something happened, oh, man, sex trafficking and, oh, my God. Diddy put hands on that girl. Diddy put hands on Cassie. Oh, my God. It's the most traffic. I've never seen anything like that. The most disgusting video I ever seen in my life. Just shut up. Bunch of lame. Gang, gang. Then when you run into a gangbanger, y'all all in my chat crying about, dude, man, gangbanging is not right. It's destroying the community. And yeah, it is. And then stop wearing street dude starter kits. Take it back to the store, get you a refund, and sit down somewhere. I swear, man, dudes be getting on my nerve. Now, so as for Lamont Roach, you know what I'm saying? I think I got him beating Tank in the rematch. I do. You know what I'm saying? I think Tank is going to come better prepared. I think he's going to be his desire to win this rematch. But I think Lamont Roach can break his spirit. Lamont got to be careful. Lamont has to be careful not to get too big-headed. You know what I'm saying? He got to be careful not to get too big-headed and not to get relaxed, not to take his foot off the gas. He got to come in there and say, yo, he got to be just as hungry or hungrier this time as he was last time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He got to be more determined this time than he was last time. Lamont cannot come in here and take his foot off the gas, bro. Shout out to my brother, the Sensei Stormy B-Man in the super chat with the 5-piece. Much love, much appreciation. Stormy says they're that way, 78, because that what television promotes and displays. Blacks are the only fighters betrayed like that. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Precursor programming. I agree. Shout out to the Sensei, Stormy B man. Boston Barbecue, you say you want to put a little wager on that 78? What? That I got Lamont Roach. What you want to put on it? What you want to put on it? I got Lamont Roach winning the fight. I got Lamont in the fight. Just make sure you show up and pay. Don't disappear. There's been a few people throughout the years on this YouTube that had bets and just disappeared. I don't know what happened to them. Like, what happened to such and such? Gone. We'll make it light. Put a 50-piece chicken nugget on it. We'll put a 50-piece chicken nugget on it. We'll do that. That's how I make sure I get my money. 50-piece chicken nugget. Suge said Roach beating Tank gives us all the closure that we knew we needed. Tank was not what was advertised. Hey man, it's up to Roach. He got to come in here. He got to do what he got to do. You know what I'm saying? PBC did not announce the rematch yet. They have a date for the rematch, which is I think June 21st, I believe. Cheeseburger said, "You think Kambosos beat Hitchison? Hitchison is fighting Kambosos? That's official? I don't even remember. That's official." I don't know. That's an interesting fight. Hitchens should win, but Kambosos got more experience. I don't know. Kambosos got more experience. So I don't know. I don't know. It's just gonna depend on what what Hitchens shows up, or what Kambosos shows up. I should say. How much Kambosos got left in the tank? Where they fighting at? Is it gonna be in Australia? Where they fighting at? If you know Cheeseburger, you fighting in America or Australia? If it's in Australia, I got Kambosos. In New York, okay, Hitchison gonna win that. He should be more comfortable in New York. Now we got Keyshawn Davis versus Edwin De Los Santos. Now um, yesterday it was Edwin De Los Santos complaining that they offered him $400,000 for the fight, and after he paid everybody, he only gonna have $200,000. Then he got to pay taxes and stuff. He wasn't finna have no money. So I guess they got it figured out. I don't know all the details, but I heard that it's official now. They fighting June 7th, I believe, in Norfolk, Virginia. I really wish Keyshawn had never came out with that Ryan Garcia stuff, man. I really wish he never would have been glazing Ryan, because I really would like to support Keyshawn. I just can't get behind him the way I want to because of the support he had for Ryan Garcia, and I'm not supporting nobody who support Ryan. I'm just not doing it. You know what I'm saying? What's up, my brother Buck City Reloaded? What it do? 'Boston Barbecue, you lost your mind. He talking about some uh, uh, bet. It's a friendly bet, 50 or 100, don't matter. Or if I win, you can grow your side hair out and post a pic. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's never gonna happen. Never. You let them trolls get a hold of that picture, I'll never hear the end of it. Absolutely not. Would I ever grow a George Jefferson? Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. Let's do a quick, easy, friendly $50 bet. I got Lamont Roach. Let's do that. 888 job. What it do, fam? He say support for Ryan is a black boxer is double insult. He said first he cheated and then he openly racist. Exactly, bro. I can't do it. I would love to support because I like Keyshawn as a fighter. He's a fighter. He a dog, and I like watching Keyshawn fight. And I want to root for him. You know what I'm saying? And support him. I just can't give it. I can't do it that way because for one, he support Ryan like crazy. Then he said that suspect stuff about Devin and Bill, and then he's like, you know what I mean? The Devin and Bill, he don't have to like Devin Haney. I mean, he a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Devin can be your rival, and I can still support you. But certain things he said, like about Devin's upbringing and all this and this and that, it's real. It's a lot of suspect behavior, jealousy and stuff, and I'm just not with that, bro. I ain't with that. Then he tell his story about why he don't like Devin. This dude, he should be embarrassed to even tell that story. This man said that when he was younger, Shakur was his big homie, basically. Shakur used to go around by Devin, and Shakur used to go link up with Devin, right? And he was like, Devin would never acknowledge him. He would never look at him or whatever, something like that. Like I guess Devin sunned him or treated him like the little homie or something. You know what I'm saying? If Shakur is my man, and this is Shakur's little homie, then I'm gonna deal with Shakur. I'm not gonna deal with you. You a little homie. But he felt like he should have been on eye level with them. You know what I'm saying? He felt like he should have been on eye level with them. So it was jealousy, bro. Like everything I told y'all before. It's very simple. You know what I'm saying? Devin got the name brand Captain Crunch, right? He got the real Fruit Loops, right? You know what I'm saying? He got the real Oreos. He got the real Hot Pockets, real Pop-Tarts. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So with that being said, them guys who didn't have that stuff was jealous of it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't grow up with a father in the household or a father who's a G who changed his life for them. They didn't grow up with that, so they were jealous. They should be appreciative of it. What's up, BVO? They should be appreciative of it, but instead they turned it into jealousy. So I wish I could get behind Keyshawn, but I just can't, man. He's too much of a hater, man, and a mark for that. You know, I respect some of the stuff he did. Like he stand on business when it came to T.O. He stood on business, you know what I'm saying? Like he whooped T.O. Well, Coach K didn't whoop T.O. in the gym and stuff like that. So I appreciate that, but you know, I don't know why he flipped the script for Ryan. You got that much hate for Devin Haney, that much jealousy that you would support a racist dude, bro? I don't get that much. I don't get that. That's dangerous. But anyway, him and De La Santos is going to be fighting, man, in June 7th in Norfolk, Virginia. This is going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one because this is a type of fight that if Keyshawn makes a mistake, he can get hurt. He can get hurt by this De La Santos. De La Santos is a thumper. You know, he got some power, some pop in his punches, and if Keyshawn is not careful, he can get hurt. But Keyshawn is going to open up on De La Santos, I believe so. He's going to open up, and he at home in Norfolk, so he ain't going to want to. He's not going to want to lay no dub. De La Santos is coming in off of pressure and criticism from the last fight with Shakur, where they say he didn't do enough. I don't think he's gonna have that problem with Keyshawn. I think Keyshawn gonna be there. They're gonna let their hands go, and somebody going to sleep in this one. I'm not sure. I think Keyshawn gonna win, but I'm not like super duper confident. I wouldn't bet on this fight, but I got Keyshawn though. I got Keyshawn in the win. You know what I'm saying? De La Santos is gonna be there. It's gonna be interesting to see how Keyshawn make adjustments to De La Santos' power, his counter punching, and if Keyshawn starts backtracking. Is he still the aggressive Keyshawn Davis, or is he from the start, backtracking and showing the utmost respect to De La Santos? That's what I want to see. You know what I mean? That's what I want to see. It's gonna be interesting though. Most definitely. All right, well, guess it's time. Open up the young panel. We about to open up the young panel. So who want to come on in here, ladies and gents? We'll put the link in the chat. Put the link in the chat real quick. Let's see. Open up the panel. We're gonna talk some boxing. Link is in the chat. Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. We should have well over 300 likes in the building. That's what we should have. I know we probably ain't got it. Come on in, ladies and gents. Who want to come on in here? All right, KBGJ, I see you back there. Saying your device not connected yet. Might be in a bad location or something. Saying device not connected. Young Abel, if that's you, turn your camera on, G. Okay, I see KBGJ and Abel. All right, let's see here. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. All right, what's happening with it? KBGJ, what's happening with it, homie?
Man, salute, General. Man, they tried to have you looking like Carl Winslow, ain't it?
Man, they try to do me filthy out here.
Yeah.
What's happening, 7-8?
What's up, Abel?
Let me tell you
What's
something
up,
right
Abe?
now. Hey, let me tell you something. We need to get you into a detox facility, bro, to get you out of those ballparks, man, because African Thor is 100% right. We need to help. We need to get you an intervention, brother.
Listen, but we're not finna have no
Oh, go ahead.
Michael Jordan conversation. Wait till I talk my basketball. Wait till
Don't worry, man. Oh, I know. Hey, listen, I already told you. I got my holster ready to go because you've been on that ballpark prowess for way too long. So it's time to get your medicine.
Hey, but
I feel like I'm.
Now I'm gonna tell you something. Wait till the meet and greet because I'm gonna make sure Chris Ruffin Chris Ruffin go put some hot dogs on the grill, and I can't wait to catch you. I'm gonna get a picture of Abel eating a hot dog just so I can cook you.
Oh, I ain't gonna touch no damn ballparks because me and LBZ we detoxing all that. Me and LBZ we detoxing all that nonsense. All right, that's enough.
All right, what's up, KBG?
Hey, I'm stuck.
What you thought?
I'm stuck in the middle because I like LeBron and Giannis, so shit, I'm stuck in the middle. But my thoughts, man. I think De Los Santos and Keyshawn Davis gonna be a firefight, man. And I don't see none of them backing up and running like that. I just see them somebody getting knocked out. I basically had the same sentiments as you, man. And Tank and Jake Paul is a disgrace. You know, we all know that. This dude complained about being too small, 200-pound. Man, you want to jump in the ring with that's crazy. That's asinine. It makes no sense. And I don't know why people hating on Lamont Roach doing interviews, bro. What you want him to do? Not capitalize off his opportunity? These people crazy.
Right.
These people just be talking, man. I think they like females, man. They like to hear themselves talk, man.
Yeah, nuts, man, nuts. What's your things? What's your thoughts? Would you hear for the conversation about the Ali Act?
Oh yeah, man.
So.
What's your thoughts on Dana White trying to repeal the Ali Act or make amendments to it?
You don't need to. I think anybody that touched that act need to be like for the sport of boxing. Not nobody just coming into it. We need boxers in this room. We need managers, trainers in this room. We need everybody in this room. We don't need just Dana White trying to appeal something that been here before he even was in the business. Like, I don't trust him touching that.
Right. D-Man Jr., what it do? Salute to you in the super chat. Appreciate you, bro. He said 878. Me and Abel gonna have a wrestling match. He called me out. He said he called me out to get him. Okay, he called you out. Oh man,
That's a lie, bro. He's lying. See, D-Man Jr.'s lying again, bro. I did not call that man out. He just wants to do it so he can have opportunities to buy slam me because he's just obsessed with me, man. For real.
yo,
D-Man Jr., enough of that, man.
you
Leave
said
me alone. I like women, man. Leave me alone. I'm a pure Christian man, brother. I ain't gonna call you out, man.
Hey, D
You know what I'm
man.
saying? I'm being respectful, brother.
Hey, D man. The man said you making up excuses to wrestle with him. Touch on him.
Oh my God, man. See,
Hey,
D-Man Jr. been obsessed with me since we met in Atlanta, though, bro. Like he be out there just be going crazy, man. Relax, bro.
yo,
Dang.
hold up, man. Yo, D man, you got to defend yourself. You got to fight back, D man. The man said you've been obsessed with him since you seen him in Atlanta. Man, come on now. We can't have this going on.
Come on, D-Man Jr. I understand. I understand you got all that built up aggression around you, man. But say that in Vegas, though, bro, for them ladies that want to visit you. Relax, brother. Say,
Hey,
look, listen, don't get all aggressive all of a sudden, all of a sudden, and then all of a sudden now you want to be just like, oh, I can't keep up with this man. Because he breathe heavy, though, bro. He breathe heavy.
hey, D man, you can't let Abel get away with this. Hey, Coach Hudson, what it do, brother?
Peace, fam. How you doing, General?
Doing wonderful, bro. Doing wonderful, man. What's your thoughts on what we been cooking on? Any of the topics you want to cook on?
Yeah, man. Peace to the family. Peace to my comrades, and smoke to the enemies.
Yes, sir.
So I think that Keyshawn and Santos gonna be a good fight. Lamont Roach and Tank. I think that sometimes the same way the Tank fans sometimes critique Coach Kyle or Coach Kenny for putting Tank in situations that he didn't even say himself. You fans do the same thing for him. You all sometimes, like right now, the past few weeks, a lot of you diehard Tank fans are putting things on Tank that he ain't say he gonna do himself. Y'all are saying when he come back in a rematch, he gonna knock him out. Tank didn't say that himself. So you all are already putting him in a situation that he don't even want right now. Like he just had a hard fight. So you putting yourselves where if he doesn't knock him out and he beats him by points, then what? The whole idea that Tank just had a bad night, I mean, you basically ruin your own argument. So I think sometimes, and I'm going to go on the other side as well as a Lamont fan, as a Tank fan, you all just need to either be quiet and see what happens in a rematch. And as a Lamont fan, ain't nothing wrong with him doing his victory lap as long as he's not thinking the second fight going to be just like the first one. Because, this is the first time Tank is going to be coming into a fight with a chip on his shoulder.
Right.
So don't get it twisted. Tank is still Tank, and he has been BSing for a while. Tank, boxing always repeats itself. So in this situation right now, Tank is either going to show us that he is who he been saying he is, or he isn't. If he loses to Lamont, I mean, his career is pretty much he gonna have to start over. Pretty much, he's going to have to fight some hard fights. He's really going to have to work himself back up because people are going to drag him if he loses in that rematch. And some of you Tank fans just need to sit down and keep going through your healing process because y'all are sick right now. I done seen it's some of y'all that I used to see every day on 78 on Champ side. I ain't seen some of you brothers in weeks, and I'm like, I know y'all sitting somewhere sick, but some of y'all fans, man, y'all just need to chill out. Now, the Jake Paul and Tank situation that further hurts you all's argument because, man, for years we heard that little bitty tiny weeny Tank can't fight Devin because Devin's too big.
Right.
Jake Paul weighed 228 pounds the night he fought Mike Tyson. And y'all are telling me now that Tank can fight Jake Paul because of the skill set. All right, so you just put your foot in your mouth. If that's the case, you all are saying because of Devin Haney's skill, not so much his weight, but because of his skill, it would have gave Tank a problem. And it's like we've been trying to pull teeth to get you all to recognize that for years. But I'm gonna let you Tank fans rest a little bit because I know y'all having a hard time. Now,
No, coach, don't let him rest.
the Dana White Ali Act. Now, from the point of view, General, that you were saying, you're giving Dana a little bit more leeway than I would.
Yeah.
And this is why. Dana has only taken business L's when it comes to boxing.
Right.
Anytime one of his fighters has sued him and went somewhere else, he has always lost to boxing, because whether it was Francis, whether it was Rampage, whether it was what's his name? It's a few other fighters, but when they wanted to get out of that universal slave contract for them to operate in other combat leagues, they always could run to boxing. If you all go back and you watch the press conference with Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor, and you look at Dana's face, you can see how uncomfortable Dana White is not being the A side. So, I can say, well, he might just be trying to add some amendments to the act, but his long run, I already know. His long run, Dana White's long run, is to put them back on that slave contract, his fighters with the UFC, and of course his own lead that he's going to make with TKO, because he has already said in the interview that his goal is not the same as Turkey's. He said that once Turkey gets done making his little business deal that he's obligated to for the next 2 years, Dana's going his own route with this boxing thing. And people forget now, President Trump is Dana White's homeboy. So if there's any legislation that Dana White needs to get moved around or changed for him to do whatever he wants to do with this boxing league, I believe that's what's about to happen. But that's all I got on it, General.
Great cook, Coach. Chop Shot, what it do, fam?
Salute, 7-8.
Salute, brother.
Hey, do you mind if I go next, bro?
Yeah, no problem.
All right, I'll go next.
Problem. Hey, shout out to D-Man Jr. in the super chat with the 5-piece. Much love, much appreciation, D-Man. He says, hold up, Abel, I'm married with 3 kids. You gonna have to see me now. See, Abel, you started something. For getting the headlock.
See, there you go again. D-Man Jr. is out there at it again. D-Man Jr., settle, brother. I don't want to smoke you, brother. I'm good, man. Listen, I want peace, brother. Peace, brother. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to do, if you want to sell things with me, we can play 2K, we can play cars, we can do whatever. I'm not doing no wrestling thing because I'm good.
Man, stall him out, Abel.
But I will.
Stall him out.
Listen, I'm a peaceful brother, man. I don't want no smoke with you, brother. I'm all good, man. It's all good. It's all if I go there, we can play 2K, we can play cars. All your money if you can. Quick.
He's breaking up now. He's breaking up. Shout out to Brown Sugar.
I said that. Yep. Hey, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, I just basically said that. Hey, if you want to take it to the cars, take it to 2K, we can play it out, man. You put some money on the line, whatever. We can do that. Just make sure if you don't make sure I don't look quick enough. That's all I gotta tell you.
Hey, Suge Knight Cigars in the super chat with the 2-piece. Appreciate the love. He says, if Keyshawn stops Santos, Shakur gonna be sick. Yo, for sure. Shakur and Keyshawn already a little rocky, from what I heard anyway. They already a little. It's getting it's getting there. But Bert from marketing, what it do, Bert?
Hey, what's going on, General? You can hear me good?
Yeah, hear you good, bro.
All right, peace to everybody on the panel. Before I cook on Keyshawn, I find it egregious and rather cantankerous that a brother like Abel, mind you, when I was first introduced to Abel Mahari, he was doing like guest features on like the Special Olympics channels and stuff like that. And for him to go from that to like challenging actual full-fledged made men to actual wrestling contests, knowing damn well he's going to lose, is quite astounding. It's alarming, and I think it's a reflection once again on society.
Oh my
Once again,
God.
so we got this. So we got to address this. We got to corral this, put it in a nice, neat little package, and kick it as far away from any type of panel discussion, any type of LDBC networking
This
as
man,
possible.
bro.
Mind you, I'm one of the longest running followers of the great 78 sports TV. 2011. Y'all don't remember him with the bad graphics and the fucked up microphone. Excuse my language, 78. Excuse my language. Y'all don't remember him with the bad graphics and the messed up microphone.
Yeah, I didn't get a new mic. It took me like 5 years to get a new mic.
It took you 5 years to get a mic. Like we'd be sitting up here like, and this, I think it's just amazing to be along that journey and see this egregiousness from these young upstarts and whatnot. And it's just it's amazing.
God, this guy, bro.
It's egregious. It's amazing.
See, Bert.
No, I've been no. Actually, I got
you keep gaslighting.
Mute his mic, General. Mute his mic. See, I got a little. I got a little what you call it, LDBC credit, so I'm gonna spend it. You know what I mean? But anyways, let's get on to Keyshawn real quick. I think as far as Keyshawn is concerned, first off, he is a heck of a boxer. That dude can box. I don't know about his I'm not too concerned about the brothers outside the ring antics. In fact, I'm not really key on anybody's outside the ring antics because I'm a boxing connoisseur fan, and I like to see what goes on in the ring. Inside that ring, you got your hands full with Keyshawn Davis. He's going to come to that ring. He's going to pick you apart. He's probably going to get a W. I don't think he's taken the loss yet, has he?
Nope.
Okay, there we go. So you got your hands full with that brother right there. I think he's going to steamroll this next dude coming up here. I think he's going to get him out of there early, like 4 or 5 rounds. Yeah, I think he's on that. I think he's on the cusp of that side of his career where you're going to have to feed him either really good on par competition or he's going to steamroll everybody he get in that ring with. So, but other than that, that's all I wanted to come up here and say. I mean, I ain't going to hold the panel long and everything. I appreciate you, brother 78.
Oh my God. No, you're not going
things
nowhere,
like this.
bro.
Excuse me. Hold on. Excuse me. Things like this. Things like this. Things like this. Excuse me. If I may land my plane.
You're not going to win this time, Bert.
May I land my plane? If I may land my plane, it's the 747 on its way down. Just let it go. Anyways, I think it's an honor and a privilege to be able to come up here and speak with the great 78 Sports TV. Like I've said in the comments many times, 78 is my ESPN. So, when y'all come in here, please smash the like. You know what I mean? I'm trying to hide my Baltimore accent, but you too can smash the like. It's not hard. Just little X button, let that chat, hit that thumbs up. You'll be good. You'll be square. Thanks for having me, 78. I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, Brother Bert. Appreciate you.
Oh
man.
my God! See, there you go again. Now he's pulling up with the drive-bys, and then he run again. Bert the Ghost is at it again with that dang Baltimore accent. I can smell that accent all the way through his breath, bro, for real. And it's still with Black and Miles. Crazy mug. I told you. I said what I told you a few days ago. I told you he's Bert the Ghost. Anytime that I'm cooking, he want to come in here and try to basically defrost the whole thing. Man, stop, bro. I'm done.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, y'all. Anybody else got any more thoughts on the topic at hand? The topics at hand.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm ready for you, General.
Go ahead, brother.
I was at the store. Hey, first off, before I say anything about the fight, I got to give a shout out to young Abel, man, because Abel is the most picked on guy in the LDBC by several guys, and Abel handle it with grace. And he don't never get mad. He just do his thing, try to come back. You know what I'm saying? And I really respect that from Abel, man.
Abel, that's my little brother,
started
man.
Out.
Abel, my guy.
Yeah, I like Abel, man. I ain't never met him, but I can't wait to meet him, man.
Yeah, he good people.
Yeah, at the meet and greet. But now on to the fights though. When it comes to Tank Davis and Lamont Roach, I got Lamont Roach winning the next fight. I just watched that fight again yesterday, and I paid close attention to everything. How I scored it, I gave Lamont Roach the first 2 rounds. I gave Tank the next 4 rounds straight. So going into the seventh, Lamont Roach was down 4 rounds, 2-4. I gave Lamont Roach every round from the seventh to the 12th. And I challenge anybody to show me where Tank won any of them rounds between 7 and 12. Stop it, man. In my opinion, he lost that fight, man. But it's cool. It's cool. Lamont gonna get his run back, and we gonna get to see it again. We gonna get to see it for real. What's up. You know what I'm saying? Now as far as Keyshawn, I'm like you, General. I'm disappointed in how he handled the Devin Haney saga. With Ryan Garcia, and I think that the young man let his hatred of Devin cloud his judgment and have him supporting the racists,
Right.
because I just don't think that he would have done that in any other type of circumstance. If it was Ryan that did that to Shakur, then I'm sure he wouldn't have did that at that time. So I support the guy in the ring, but not out the ring. Sort of like Floyd Mayweather, when he was fighting. I supported him inside the ring, but I ain't like him outside the ring. It's cool. He gave me what I wanted to see. And Keyshawn is trying to do that as well. With this fight with Edwin De Los Santos, I think it's going to be a banger. It's going to be back and forth action. He definitely ain't going to do no running like Shakur did. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that Keyshawn will be able to come out on top and maybe even stop De Los Santos. And I can't wait to see that fight, man. And I'm glad it's being made because that's what we need right now. We
Yes,
need some
sir.
good fights, man. We need them, man, in our life. Especially if y'all want me to pay for them. Give me what I want to see and I'll pay for it. Straight up.
Right,
Oh,
right.
yeah. Yesterday, dude was talking, BVO talking that blasphemy.
Yeah, he was wild yesterday.
He was wilding, man. He had to be trolling, bro. Talking about he was scared of Canelo. Did he forget Canelo stopped fighting Mexicans because of Benavidez? Even though he did fight a Mexican after that?
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? That was David Benavidez that made him say that. Why do you need 250, 300 million to fight that man if you ain't scared of that man?
These are facts.
Because you ain't he ain't demanding that from nobody else.
Hey, shout out to Mahari Nation Sports Podcast and the Super Chat. Appreciate the love. He says Bert smuggles Black and Miles to them 24 karat people. Man, wow. Hey, passive student, you next up in line, brother. How you doing?
How's it going, Sony? How you feeling?
Doing good, fam. What's your thoughts
Uh,
on what we'll be cooking on?
so basically, here's my hope. This is my hope. I hope that as the years progress, that because right now everybody's annoyed with Keyshawn. I'm annoyed with Keyshawn. He's talking like he ain't a grown man yet, and for any grown man who has responsibilities, where people value him, they need him for their survival. Any grown man who take care of business, they find his antics very annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like I do. But I'm hoping that as the years progress, that we start hearing less and less of Keyshawn being a child, and we start hearing about more, you know, more things that he does that seem more honorable and what a man should do. Because all of this petty stuff is corny to me. It's so lame, like everybody else think. It's dishonorable because, in my view, despite what you like, the reasons why he don't mess with Haney is childish and so egregiously corny to me. Like I don't like none of that. That makes you look. I don't care how well you box. It just makes you look so mentally weak to hold on to that into your professional career. It's so like that's the thing. Like I don't know what it is, but it's one of the reasons why I was a big fan of and I'm still a big fan of Andre Ward. Andre Ward is one of my favorite fighters of all time. And despite the things that he would say that I would disagree with heavily, like Lomachenko on his pound for pound list and all that, over other better fighters, I like the way Ward carried himself. He carried himself like a true man. He was a father, took care of his woman, took care of his family, and he wasn't afraid of nobody. He fought everybody. You feel me? He fought all of the dangers that were in boxing at whatever weight class he pursued, and he did it honorably. You feel me? He did it like a man. He did it with self-respect. You feel me? And he talked with self-respect and spoke with self-respect. He was, from in my eyes, whether people disagree with me or not, I thought he was a good representative in some
Right.
ways. But Keyshawn, man, like this new generation, it's becoming more and more difficult to find honorable men that carry themselves with, like that's the type of dude that's a good representative for the people. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not jacking none of the stuff that he's talking about. I don't care about, his feelings towards Shakur over Haney. It's all lame to me. I don't care about none of that stuff. But besides that, um, I for the Davis and Roach fight, I hope that Roach comes more sharper. There's always stuff to work on in terms of your ability, your technique. I loved his performance, to be honest with you. He had a lot of old school shifts and move sets that got me excited. As I was watching the fight, man. He was doing a lot of smart things in there that wasn't just press and tank. He was being very tactical, smart, aggressive. He had good hold of ring generalship. I was with Roach all the way through, man. He was for everything that Tank gave him, he responded in kind and better. So nah, and I love the way Roach is carrying himself. He's a good. You see, this is the stuff. Like if y'all seen an interview with him and Roach and Andre Ward, I saw the whole thing. I watched the whole joint, and he was talking like a true champion, like a true man, the way a man should carry himself. With self-respect. You feel me? He wasn't dogging Tank, but he also wasn't like talking like he was scared or like, oh, I'm gonna turn on my backside, and give you my stomach like he occurred and all that. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna leave it at that. Shout out to everybody in the chat, and I'm gonna let y'all cook.
Salute to you, brother. Appreciate it, man. My brother Drew Titan LLC is next. What to do, Drew?
Salute to the chat, man. Salute.
Please.
I ain't gonna be long. There's a lot of things being said about this rematch. The fact that Tank didn't want the rematch immediately, he tried to do the Jake Paul thing. Look, at this point with Tank and his fanatics, just let them talk, because time reveals all truth, and the lie is nothing but the long way to the truth. You know what I mean? Every excuse that they use for him not to fight his contemporaries is now getting like literally spit back in his face. Devin was too heavy. Jake Paul's 220 pounds. Make it make sense. So I'm pretty much like done with that. As far as this rematch is concerned, it's very dangerous. I mean, let's call it what it is. It's very dangerous. I don't want to hear. I mean, this is ridiculous. Oh, he didn't smash the gas on him because that's his friend and his mama was in the front row. I mean, you guys got to stop making this stuff up. It's ridiculous. And it's very, you hear me say this word a lot, unbecoming. You guys are ridiculous. But there's a comparison that no one has said yet. I'm going to make it right now. You know what this rematch remind me of? This little rivalry going on right now? You know what it reminds me of? 78. Do you remember when Shane Mosley went up and fought Winky Wright?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that.
It didn't work out for Shane, did it? Not too much. No. Everything he threw, and Shane back then, like if he popped you real good, you was gone. And he was hitting Winky, and nothing was happening. And in the rematch, Winky said it. He said, "Yeah, man, he's this big puncher, but I wasn't feeling it." Shane got outclassed and dominated in those two fights. He really did. he couldn't do anything with Winky Wright, and he was too small. What did Lamont Roach say to Andre Ward? He said he was too small. And I didn't realize that. I'm like, man, he's picking on this guy 130 pounds. And then the stare down in the ring, I said, holy crap, Lamont bigger than him, but let's see what happens. And it showed, y'all. It showed. How many people keep telling us that Tank a small dude, but he knocks out these giant guys? You didn't see that. The danger in this rematch, the danger is the same thing happening, but this time the drama will put Lamont over. Everyone's talking about how Tank is going to come out and start fast. That might not help him, man, because whatever he put out, Lamont put it right back. I don't. Look, this is just, it's boxing. Anyone can get hurt, but if Tank was going to hurt Lamont, look, I picked Roach to get stopped in round 6. It didn't happen. And the more the fight went on, the more I began to understand what was going on. He didn't rehydrate claws this dude. He was not at a disadvantage. All he did was rehydrate normally. And he literally, we can say he fought a real contemporary. So this is the danger in this rematch. This is why Tank didn't want it. This is why Al Heyman don't want it. This is why realistically his fans don't want it. Y'all just talking him up right now. The danger, go back. If y'all never saw, a lot of y'all are Johnny come latelys, go back and watch the Winky Wright versus Shane Mosley fight. Go watch both of them. They're on YouTube. And Shane Mosley was knocking over trees until he got to Winky Wright. And he had everything for him. And this might be, now it's boxing. Anything can happen. Tank could go in there and flatline him in 1 round. But you know what? Lamont could go in there and flatline Tank and run the 2 rounds. Don't act like it can't happen. Because I saw 2 jabs and the kid took a knee. Like, oh, he's not supposed to be doing this. And he's talking about greasing my hair. And y'all started attacking Shorty from the Bronx, the chick that braided his hair. Y'all attacked that young lady. And she had to put the ingredients of what she put in this man's head. No alcohol, no grease. Yo, every time y'all try to defend this kid, you put your foot in his mouth along with other things you want to put in your mouth. But y'all, we don't get down like that over here. You underdig? So pay attention. Pay attention to this rematch. This might not end the way you want it to end. And I want to end on this note. I want to end on this note. Think about this, y'all. Tank Davis messed up a payday against Jake Paul, who's not even, according to all of y'all, not even a real boxer. I'll say it one more time. Tank Davis messed up a payday with Jake Paul, an unranked fighter who's like 3 or 4 weight classes above him. And that's your guy, Tank Davis. And I'll land the plane right there.
Hold on. How did he mess up the payday?
Wait. Hold on. I gotta go to the next brother in line. Vovo, what's up, brother?
Shit, what's going on, brother? How you feel?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. What's your thoughts on what we're cooking on, G?
Yeah, shit. I've been in and I've been hearing some of the stuff. I'm just gonna go down the list if I could. Let me just add this. Winky Wright was a hard package for anybody to deal with. Wasn't, that was just a bad matchup. He just what it is. That shit still weird to this day. We only seen maybe 3 or 4 fighters in the history of boxing fight with that style and have success. So he kind of hard. He a hard package for anybody. But as far as the Dana White thing, Dana been trying to get into boxing. I've been saying this on all the other boxing channels I've been on. He had a zoo for boxing. It didn't go nowhere. He was trying to link that with the UFC. You know what I mean? The MMA always been a B league. Even the UFC is a B league in combat sports. They don't make no money. They ain't, they champions just start making $1 million. You know what I mean? But he been trying to get into boxing. It's not gonna work because of his business model. This is prize fighting. Guys gonna go for the biggest purse. He linked up with Turkey. Turkey looked like he trying to do away with the sanctioning bodies, and something that I don't hear nobody talking about. He owned Rain Magazine. That means he owned a Rain Magazine belt. In my opinion, the Rain Magazine belt might be the most prestigious belt. You know what I mean? I'm guessing it's the oldest, but he can start passing that thing around to whoever he like to. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like a sanctioning body for real. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what he's trying to do with all that, but it looked like he's making strategic moves. But Dana White in boxing, I don't think it'll work. I really don't. He's been desperately trying to get in the sport of boxing. I think he even bought the Contender Show, if I'm not mistaken, years ago. If I'm not mistaken. Far as the Jake Paul and Tank thing, I don't think that was ever really a real thing, to be honest. Though they too far apart. And Tank better stay away from Jake Paul. Jake Paul don't got the credentials that Tank got. He don't got the amateur pedigree. He hasn't fought the level of talent, but Jake Paul is too big, man. Where they gonna meet at? Tank is little for real. I think 140 is too big for Tank, in my opinion. I think Tank need to be I think 140 is the most highest that he can go and be effective. You know what I'm saying? Like, he need to stay down there, 35, 30. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's just, he little. If you look at Tank on the scale, Tank don't be having abs. He don't have a bad weight cut. He never looked all sucked up and all that. He just look like he's making the weight comfortable. He's a little dude. You know what I mean? So him and Jake Paul, where would they meet at? Who want to see that? Like, that don't even look right. Like, and Jake Paul, let's be clear. He don't got the history or the pedigree, but he can hurt you. He can win some fights. He a decent fighter. You know what I'm saying? So I would rather see him go and do some Anthony Joshua or something be better. But as far as Tank and Haney too big for Tank, in my opinion. That's too big. That's too big. You know what I'm saying? Haney ain't going back down there to no 140. He'll never weigh 140 again. We're gonna be seeing Haney at 160 before it's all over. You know, he's a welterweight now. Them guys ain't going back down there to fight no Tank. None of them. They are welterweights now. This is the new welterweight division. Those guys, this their era at welterweight for whatever it's worth. As far as the Roach interview, I like Roach. Roach had a great game plan. He worked the game plan. You could tell that they drilled that shit. They studied Tank tape, and they said, if he do this, you do this. And Tank tried every trick that he know. Every single trick that he know, every trick that we seen Tank knock somebody out with, he tried it, and Lamont had an answer for it. It was brilliant. Tank ran into a brick wall. And just for the record, I'm a Black American. We've been had greasing our hair. We didn't have some of the dope. We had the dopest hairstyles in the history of planet Earth. Niggas done had. We done seen some of our athletes with perms. Julius Erving and them had big afros. They had all types of product in there. You know what I'm saying? Niggas that had jerry curls in the 80s. We been had braids and all that. But ain't nobody ever complained about no grease being in their eye. That was a lie. Tank was looking for a way out. In my opinion, that he was looking for a way out. That's pretty much it. I'm not sure what's going on with Davis and Santos. So I don't want to comment on something that I ain't up on. I appreciate you letting me speak.
Yes, sir, brother. Good cook. My brother, the OG Mr. Mont is in the building. What do you do, Mr. Mont?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, chilling, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. I guess I'm gonna start with the Tank Roach rematch. Now, to me, in the first fight, I think Lamont Roach fought the best fight of his career, in my opinion.
Right.
On the other side,
Mr. Mont, you broke up. Can't hear you. Oh yeah. He had a issue with his mic or connection. So Mr. Mont, just leave back out and come back in, or and try that way, brother.
Yo, real quick, 7-8. Can you explain what happened with the Tank negotiations with Jake Paul? Because I wasn't.
Okay, Jake Paul. All right. If you remember, after the fight, Tank Davis said, after the Lamont Roach fight, he said that the person he was going to be fighting next was in his locker room. And now everybody started looking for who he talking about. We seen Jake Paul in there, but everybody was like, no, it can't be Jake Paul. That's crazy. Can't be Jake Paul. But then Jake Paul came out yesterday and said that him and Tank was supposed to fight, but he lost to Lamont Roach. He said that the fight was pretty much a done deal. But he lost to Lamont Roach. So he said now they're gonna revisit it after Tank fights Lamont Roach. If he beat Lamont Roach, then they're gonna have their exhibition match. You know what I'm saying? Now for an exhibition match, you don't need no weight class because it's not a sanctioned fight. It's an exhibition. So that's what they're trying to do.
Oh, okay, I understand now. So the Jake Paul's like, now you gotta honor it because the world, thinks that you lost. So make sense for us when we have
Yeah,
our
yeah,
fight.
yeah, yeah. They want to
Right.
go
Okay.
into yeah, yeah. He want to go into the fight. While Tank is still Tank, he still got that mystique around him. OG Mr. Mott, you back, bro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Had to run in the house and get on the computer.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask one question real fast?
Uh-huh.
With an exhibition, is it like a gentleman's rules? Like we're not gonna really try like a hard sparring match or something, or is
No,
it
no,
like they can?
they gonna have their rule. They can have whatever rules they want. They can
Oh,
negotiate the rules, but it's not gonna be a sanctioned fight. It's not gonna count against their record.
okay.
But they can go in there trying to knock each other out and all that. It just ain't gonna count against their record. You know what I'm saying? Let me see here. Mr. Mike, go ahead, brother.
Yeah. Like I was saying, I was saying that to me, Lamont Roach fought the best fight of his career in that
Mm-hmm.
fight. But on the other side, I think Tank Davis fought the best version of the Tank that tries to knock everybody out. He did everything he could to knock Lamont Roach out, and he couldn't. But what we losing in that is that Tank Davis can actually box.
Yeah.
He didn't make no adjustments. He didn't attempt to try to outbox Lamont Roach. He just kept trying to knock him out. Now, he might ought to quit listening to his fans, and when he comes in this fight, simply try to outbox Lamont Roach, because I think if he goes in there and tries to knock Lamont Roach, because I thought Lamont Roach won that fight. If he goes in there and tries to knock Lamont Roach out, I think it's gonna be just the same, just like the first fight. Lamont knows him. His defense is on point. He's just not finna let Tank land no clean shots on him. And when he does, he's just gonna give it right back to him. So I just think Tank can win this fight if he goes in there and boxes, uses his footwork. Don't stand in front of Lamont Roach, because he's not finna let you get away with hitting him. You're gonna have to get your shot and angle out and do whatever you need to do. But if he tries to knock Lamont out, I think he's just gonna get the same thing he got in the first fight. The Keyshawn Davis versus De Los Santos fight, to me, that's I would say 55-45 fight for Keyshawn. For Keyshawn, De Los Santos is very twitchy. That's the reason Shakur stayed away from him like he did. To me, the difference in that fight with Shakur was that De Los Santos took more chances than Shakur, so Shakur was able to counterpunch him. And that was the difference in that fight. Keyshawn Davis just gonna have to be careful. That's the thing about Keyshawn. He's such a good boxer. He's very patient. But he's gonna have to be careful, because I think De Los Santos is faster than he is. He's probably gonna get hit more than he's ever been hit in this fight. But I'm gonna still ride with Keyshawn, because I just think he's the better fighter. He's the smarter fighter. He's the more patient fighter. As far as the way he acts as towards Ryan Garcia and all that stuff, man, these young kids that racism and stuff like that don't mean nothing to them. To none of them. It don't mean nothing to Tank. It don't mean nothing to Shakur. It don't mean nothing to Keyshawn. Only one that really mean anything to is Devin, Earl Spence, Wilder, but they not youngsters. Earl Spence and Wilder. So that racist stuff don't mean nothing to Keyshawn, man. We can say what we want about it. I mean, that's why I really don't rock with him like that. But I'm gonna keep it real, when we talking boxing. I think he's a better fighter than De Los Santos, and I just think he's just gonna be patient with, and he's gonna catch De Los Santos coming in with something, because De Los Santos likes to take chances. And I got Keyshawn. I don't know whether it's gonna be a knockout. I think it might go the distance, and I got Keyshawn winning on points. I don't know whether it be majority decision or unanimous decision.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that at all. I got Keyshawn too. So I think it's gonna be a good one though. I got Keyshawn. Um, brother BVO, what's happening with it, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Doing good, bro. Go ahead and cook, man. What's your thoughts on what we talking about? You there, BVO? He might have a connection issue too. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, here he come. He back in here. Oh, there you go, BVO. You back?
I'm back.
Okay.
Hey,
Go ahead.
salute, man. Salute to my man 78. Salute to Mr. Mine. You sound like my granny. I'm about to fall asleep. Appreciate you, man. But shout out to my man Drew. Hey, Drew, I like how you do that Montel Williams stuff, bro. I like that. You a star, man. But all I wanted to say was this, man. When it come to Tank, man, I'm just so tired of talking about him. I just never seen a guy do less to get more credit. You can say what you want about Floyd. I think Floyd is one of the most anti-black fighters we ever had, because anything that black people say they don't like, he embraces. So, I mean, he's just following the footsteps of the guy that brought him to the game. So, I mean, you got somebody saying he had hair grease in his eyes. Man, didn't they have grease on listers and gloves when he fought Muhammad Ali? You ain't hear Muhammad Ali take no knee or none of that. So it's a different time. As far as with Keyshawn, supporting Ryan, it happens all the time. Keyshawn's probably like me from the project. Devin grew up in the house. It's always that dissension in the hood from the project people to the guy that grew up in the house. Is it right? No, but I support them both. But somebody said something that really hit home, and they said Canelo was ducking David Benavidez. And I put it like this: if Canelo was black, they would say he was the greatest thing since sliced bread, because he's fought everybody. He didn't went up and down. I mean, what more can you do? I'm not here to like defend Canelo, but it's just like, what more do people want from these fighters? If you fight everybody, you get killed. Look at Devin. Devin tried to make all the big fights and he's hated. So it just proves that's why you get people that say F the fans, because there's no winning. There's no winning. You telling me a guy like Tank Davis is bigger than Devin? For what? I mean, and I'm not going to down Lomachenko because Lomachenko was Devin's best win. So what do I look like denigrate Lomachenko? That's stupid. We got to stop downing fighters, man, because at the end of the day, when the fighter that we want to see wins, he gets no credit. So I'm not going to go with this whole thing that Lomachenko was what they said. They said he was Ali. So he's Ali then. So that's what it is. They said he was Sugar Ray Leonard. So that's what he is, because Devin beat him. So I don't know. That's all I had to say. But, man, I love the sport of boxing. And we got to have more fun with it and really support the guys that support us. Your Devins, your Canelos. You got to support those guys. Those guys give you the fights you want when you want them. So we got to support those guys. That's kind of how I feel. That's all I got, 78.
Hey,
Can I
go ahead, Drew.
Okay. Here's my problem with Canelo, and this is just recent. Canelo said that all David Benavidez has to bring to the ring is an additional 20 pounds on fight night. Turns around, fight Edgar Berlanga. Edgar Berlanga was over 20 pounds, the weight limit on fight night. David Benavidez went up in weight to 175, fought Bostic, and was actually about 5 pounds lighter versus Bostic at a heavier weight class than Edgar Berlanga was than versus Canelo. So it's a living contradiction, and that's my point with Canelo. Canelo, boxing is a what have you done for me lately, a sport. And if you're competitive, and if you're at the top of he's at the top of the food chain. He makes all the money. By business standards, he's the face of boxing, right? So as a consumer, all I want to see these guys do is fight their contemporaries. David Benavidez has been his contemporary for a few years now. I'm not wrong just for asking him to do what he chose to do with his life, and that's fight. That's all. That's all. And when did we become villains for asking these guys to do their job? How is that unreasonable? That's all I'm asking.
You know what's so funny? You say that so calm, cool, collected, and like, I don't know, man. I almost believe what you were saying. Like, I almost believe what you were saying. Hey, you my brother, Jew. I can't beat you at talking. You can beat a lot of us at talking. All I can say is this. When it come down, look at the resume. We beat Kovalev at his best. We beat Shane Mosley at his best. We beat Cotto at his best. I mean, we fought Floyd at his best. What more do you want? We lost a tough one to Bivol. I thought we won, but we lost. It just
They didn't say
happened.
he beat
What are you
Floyd at his
talking
best.
about?
They
What are you
said Floyd was. They said he was green when he fought Floyd. That was after Floyd beat him.
How is he green when he fought Floyd? He had more
Don't
fights
ask
than
me.
Floyd.
That's what the media said. It wasn't until
No.
Floyd beat him they said he
See,
was
there
green.
you go. There you go, Drew. You trying to use your education against me. I don't like that. You trying to give me some stuff I
Jesus
never
Christ.
heard. He had more fights. He had more fights than Floyd. Ain't nobody called him green. I just heard that from you today. That's wrong, Drew. You trying to use your education against me. Don't do that to me, bro. I don't like that.
Everybody said that.
Hey, Santos Volvo Rants in the super chat. Appreciate the love, bro. Thank you, brother.
Everybody said that. And he didn't fight none of those guys at their best. None of those guys. He didn't fight Cotto at his best. Kovalev just came off a dog fight with Yard.
When he champion? Won both of them champion when he fought him?
He fought him like 3 months later, 2.5 months later. Like right later, after he done went through a hard training camp, and then he went through a dog fight, a life and death fight, where he was on the ground and all types of getting his head punched. Man, that guy wasn't ready.
He tried to
And
drain
that
Badu
training
Jack
camp-
18 pounds, brother. He tried to
That
drain
training
Badu
camp,
Jack.
that training camp that Kovalev was in was like 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah,
It was like on nothing.
Back in there. Literally, his ribs still hurt all kinds. And I hate Kovalev, by the way. I like his style.
Well, let me ask you this real quick. I didn't realize that Canelo had a weapon to his head and told him to sign the contract. Is that what happened?
No, he had money to his head. He had a bag of money to his head to sign his contract. Hurry up, unless you ain't gonna get this payday.
BBO, let me ask you a question, brother. Let me ask you a question, brother. Avni Yildirim or Anthony Durrell?
What do you mean?
Avni Yildirim or Anthony Durrell? Who would you have well, he fought Avni Yildirim, but would you have preferred to see him or Anthony Durrell?
I didn't like Average Pilgrim. That wasn't a good fight. I really rather see none of them, to be honest with you, because it's been a few guys. It's only one guy that you could ever say that Canelo should have fought was Boo Boo Anthony.
Hold on. Okay, you said you prefer to see none of them, but reason why I'm asking is because if you remember, they fought on the same night, which means leading up to that Avni Yildirim fight, Anthony Durrell was definitely available. Now, I'm not saying Anthony beats him, but I'm saying I would have stopped what I was doing to watch that fight. This guy, Canelo, went to DAZN and literally Titanic them, ran him into 3 icebergs and sunk the ship, took the money and ran and laughed about it. And Avni Yildirim, I mean, come on. Anthony Durrell was available. He could have fought that guy. He tried to drain Badu Jack from cruiserweight for his belt. He said, I'll fight you. You got to come down 18 pounds to fight me, though, and I still want that cruiserweight belt. Come on, bro.
See how you did that? You see how you did that? No one complained when Muhammad Ali had stipulations for fights. No one complained when Floyd had stipulations for fights. It's a stipulation. Either you take it or you don't.
Bro, you lying.
18 pounds for a belt?
BVO, you lying.
He said
Everybody
no.
complained. Everybody complained.
Hold on. You my brother. Hold on. You my brother, and I want to have a sense of respect. Don't say I'm lying. Say you don't agree.
You are.
You my brother.
You are.
Don't say I'm lying.
Everybody complained about what Floyd did. Stop it, man.
Yeah.
Only people who ever complained about Floyd.
And
only people ever complained about what Floyd
did
was haters because he did everything you would want a guy to do.
What
did he fight him exactly when you say you wanted him? He fought everybody. If you look at Floyd,
he got the duck belt.
Go ahead.
We can't hear y'all. So let Chop Shot go ahead, and then we'll go back to BBO. Go ahead, Chop Shot.
What happened when Canelo was supposed to fight both the Charlo brothers at 154? He ran to the WBC and they created a whole duck belt for this man. A whole duck belt, so him don't have to fight nobody real, nobody dangerous, because he's weak, he's a punk, for real. And he got you fooled, bro. He got you fooled. And he fought Kovalev after Kovalev just came off a tough fight on short notice, and it looked like Kovalev just took a dive. And then when it came to David Benavidez, David Videz made this man say, I ain't fighting no more Mexicans. But then he went to go fight another Mexican. How do you explain that? He said, I'm not fighting no more Mexican. And then as soon as David Benavidez lost his belt due to the drug use, he ran to go get that belt. And he fought, and he got to pick his opponent, who he wanted to fight for it. And this man is great. Man, stop it, man. Stop the cap.
You want me to address what you're saying?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so let's go back to what you said with this make-believe thing about Canelo being faulted for being given a franchise belt, okay? The belt was an award. It's a lot of talk about Mauricio Suleiman being crooked, this, that, and the third. Mauricio Suleiman and his father, Jose Suleiman, was known for working with the greatest promoter there was, Don King, a black man. So I don't understand what we're talking about all this stuff. Is the WC perfect? No, but they're the one belt that favors blacks and Mexicans. So what are we really talking about? On top of that,
Suleiman said he asked for that belt, though.
Did you say he asked for the belt? They said it was an award.
No,
it
Suleiman
can't be
said
different because you say so.
Him and Lomachenko asked for that belt.
You have to ask for it, and they have to vote on it.
Stop the cap.
Hold on, they voted for it, so that means that the board of directors thought they deserved
No.
to
The rule was you have to request it, and then they vote on it, and it's yay or nay. And Canelo was the first franchise champion. He vacated his real belt. That's how Maul ended up with it. Vacated it, and he went on about his business. The second one was Lomachenko, who did the same thing. When it was time for him to fight Devin, he requested a franchise status, tried to lie about it, and say, no, they offered it to me. But the rules state you have to request it. So he requested it, they gave it to him, and he vacated his WBC belt, and that's how Devin ended up with it. Meanwhile, and that's how Devin ended up being called the quote-unquote email champion that no one says anymore.
Well, let me ask you this. Now, you said this about Lomachenko. We're going to go back to Lomachenko. So you said Lomachenko was gifted a belt. Didn't he fight the guy, Luke Campbell, for the vacant belt that Mikey Garcia left? So wasn't that the lineage of the belt? Didn't he fight for the lineage of the belt?
No. Yes, he did. He fought. I believe he fought for the belt, but then he got the email. I mean, he got the duck belt because he didn't want to fight Devin Haney.
That's what I mean.
So if he would have fought Devin at 22 and beat the life out of him,
we can't go for what something brother, because we got to go for what
happened. Was the fifth.
Devin was a pup at the time.
Okay,
that was the son they
Devin
used.
was calling for the man. Period. And the man
he was clout chasing at the time because
man, you can call it what you want, man. He was calling for that man, bro.
You're saying that because you like Devin. I'm saying it because
hold on, BBO.
Saying
the fight was there.
Go ahead.
And all Loma had to do was agree to fight. He didn't do it. Just like Tank didn't fight Loma for 4 years. Same thing. Loma.
But you know what would have happened? You know what would have happened, Drew? You remember when Jamel fought Lubin and beat the hell out of him because he was the mandatory?
Well, that's your
he
opinion,
never got credit for that fight. But it would have been the same thing with that.
BVO, that's your opinion. But you know what we do?
That's not my opinion. That's what happened.
Okay, no. I'm talking about with Devin and Loma. The fight.
You telling me Devin would have beat him at 22 back then?
We're not talking about what if scenarios. We're talking about what happened. What happened was Loma ducked.
BVO.
That's the reality.
If Anthony Joshua,
that's selective memory right there, my brother.
If Anthony Joshua want to fight me right now, I'll beat the dog snot out of him. See how that works? I can say anything. That don't mean nothing.
We could imagine what could happen. Hey man, look, we could say, hey, Miguel Cotto, if he was allowed to properly hydrate on fight night, he beats Manny Pacquiao. But he was the WBO champion, and he was the A side in that situation. But Bob Arum and the WBO made him come in on fight night at 145. That's why he lost to Manny Pacquiao. And no one cries a river for him except himself. He basically got robbed by the business. But that's what happened. They told him you could fight Manny Pacquiao for your welterweight belt, but you got to come in at 145. And he conceded because Manny was the A side, but he's the champion. But this is the business of boxing, right? That's what happened. We can't say, I firmly believe that he beats Manny. You know why I can say that now? because Manny tried to rematch him before the Floyd fight, and he said, okay, well, I'm at 154. I'm going to properly hydrate. And all of a sudden, Manny ain't want to fight him. See what I mean? So we could imagine what could happen, but what's the reality? The reality is there's 3 email champions. There were 2 email champions to duck their mandatories. Jamal Charlo was a victim. Devin Haney was the other one. That's reality.
Hey, I'm gonna let everybody get their closing thoughts, man, so I can get up out of here. BVO, go ahead and give your closing thoughts, bro. You're breaking up, brother. Let me come back to you. Vovo, go ahead, brother. Give your closing thoughts.
Appreciate the boxing talk, fellas. You know,
Yes,
it was a good conversation. I appreciate the space, 78.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
my brother, pastor student, give me your thoughts, brother.
Real quick, Canelo is a great fighter. I think Canelo did it. He put in a lot of good work, but I also agree with the fellas that the way that he got some of those wins in was kind of sus. I'm saying that Canelo great because when Crawford beat him, I want him to get the credit. So outside of that, I agree with mostly with what Drew and the others are saying about Canelo and how the business work and how it works against other boxers' favor. Outside of that, salute to everybody on the chat. Everybody go home safe to your families and on to the next one.
Yes, sir, man. See you in a minute. Brother Drew Titan, LLC. Brother, give me your closing thoughts, bro.
Yo, man, much love and appreciation to everybody. Salute to everybody in the chat. Get your tickets to Vegas. All right, see y'all there. And
Yes,
it's going to be hot. So y'all pack light. Love y'all. Peace.
Much love. Salute to the homie Drew. Hey, my brother, Chop Shop, man. Go ahead and give us your closing thoughts, bro.
Hey, salute to everybody. Salute to everybody that was on the panel. And, you know, I really think they snatched BVO up going into his house and told him he better support Canelo. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way he's going to have it, man. But, hey, salute to everybody, man. Love talking this boxing with you, man. Appreciate you. General, man, much love to you, bro. Be safe. Have a good day, man.
Hey, yo, you too, bro. And salute to everybody in the building, man. Thank y'all for joining me today. It was a good cook. It was a fun live. I'm going to go down here and give me something to eat real quick before I had to start my day, my daily rounds. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Be here tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go live. Put that down in your cerebellum. See y'all in a minute. Deuces.